Hi everyone, let's get straight to the point. Today we're going to show you our favorite accessories for the Fujifilm XS20. The first one is really obvious, which is this half case right here. I don't remember the brand name, but I'll post a link in the description below. But I think this is just a genuine kind of half case that you can find on Amazon. We bought our half case through Amazon, and it's actually pretty good, to be honest with you. The main reason why we got the half case is to add this grip to make it a little bit bigger, because yes, the XS20 has a bigger grip than the XS10, but it's still really small, considering like if you want to put 3 fingers on the grip and then the index finger onto the shutter button, my pinky will still kind of dangle. If I don't have this half case added about 3mm, I would say, and it's kind of perfect for my hand. My hand is not that big, but then it definitely adds a lot better grip onto the camera. And here we have a really nice curve on the half case, and it's really comfortable. The only thing is there's a button right here for you to open up to basically swap out the battery and take out the SD card. I would say this is not going to get into the way of taking out the battery and SD card, but then if you close it, there's going to be a button right here that if you think that's going to bother you, definitely try it out. But it does not bother us at all. Like, I'm so used to using this grip right here, or the half case. And at the bottom of the half case, you can see that there's another tripod mount. So this is basically the screw that goes into the XS20 original tripod mount, and it gives you another Q20 tripod mount here. One thing I would suggest, or a tip that I would give you guys, is to not to screw any tripod onto this screw right here too hard, because I feel like this is not made of a super sturdy metal material. It looks like metal. It should be metal, but it's not as sturdy. I don't want this to break and then leave the screw in the tripod mount of my XS20 and get it stuck. So I would highly recommend you not to screw anything here that is too tight, at least. Another reason why we got this half case is, of course, we want to protect our camera, because the XS20, I don't want to put a cage on it because I want it to be my everyday casual photography and videography camera. So if I put a cage on it, everyone will be staring at this like machine or equipment where like people would think that I'm like taking videos and photos professionally on the street. So I don't want to add a cage, and also I don't want to add bulk onto this camera because I just want to keep it small and light. Having a cage also makes it like much bigger, at least the case or the cages that I've seen so far. So I don't want a full cage, and I don't like the L bracket. It doesn't really add the grip. It makes it kind of weird that you're grabbing onto metal. So that's why we got this half case. We really, really like it. This one is a black half case with white stitches, and we really, really like it. So that's the first accessories that we want to recommend you guys to get. The second accessories for the XS20 is kind of weird. We got this not because we don't like the EVF of the XS20, or if we have any problem with the EVF on the XS20. As you can see, we added an Eyecup here. This Eyecup is really cool. It's made for both XS10 and XS20. This one goes into the hot shoe of the XS20. When you buy the XS20, they don't have a hot shoe cover, which is something that I don't like. I don't know why. It's just a piece of plastic. I don't like the fact that you have the hot shoe exposed, and sometimes I think I heard of stories where people get like water droplet onto the hot shoe and the camera just breaks. So I don't want to take risks of having my camera like breaking down because of the hot shoe being exposed. So I was looking for a hot shoe cover, but after I got the hot shoe cover, I realized, oh, maybe I should get this Eyecup. The reason is because, again, I'm not complaining onto the EVF. The EVF is okay on the XS20, but I want to protect the EVF. The reason is because I've seen a post on Reddit saying that the original eyepiece of the XS20 is not made out of the strongest plastic, so it degrades and it starts chipping and scratching, like being scratched, and it's falling apart because of the eyepiece being rubbed against like maybe your body when you're holding onto the camera, or having a strap dangling your camera on your chest, or being hit by like whatever that you're rubbing your camera with in the camera bag. The eyepiece is actually falling apart on their cameras. So I was really panicking or like worried about that. I ordered this eyepiece right away just because it covers the original eyepiece. And this Eyecup right here, it does give you a little bit of a function. This Eyecup here blocks the light coming from the side into the EVF while you're putting your camera onto your eye. So it gives you a darker kind of higher contrast image while you're looking into the EVF. So that's a plus. But the problem is because, as you can see, this Eyecup sticks out quite a bit. So you are looking at the already really small EVF from a further distance. So it's going to be super hard to actually look at the image via the EVF without pressing really hard, pressing your face with the, or your eye with the Eyecup really hard. So you have to like go a little bit closer to the EVF to actually see what's in there. So this eyepiece, Eyecup, there's plus or advantage or disadvantages, but we don't use the EVF as much. I just want to protect it. So that's the Eyecup that we got for the XS20. Another thing about this Eyecup is when you are using this Eyecup, it's kind of in the way when you want to swing the screen out. So my tip is to have the screen out for a little bit and then tilt your screen so it slides out that way so it doesn't get onto the eyepiece. You can see that when you put it back, it's already like kind of rubbing onto the Eyecup. But the good thing is this is just rubber, so it doesn't really, it's not gonna scratch your screen or anything. It's just kind of weird that they have it designed this way. I wish they designed it so it's like square instead of like circle or round. But the cool thing is it now makes your camera look like a GFX series of the Fujifilm camera because of the circular eyepiece. That's the second accessories we recommend putting onto the XS20. The third accessory we really like putting onto the XS20 is this genuine leather strap that we ordered from Amazon. This is just a really, not cheap, but then like it's not leather, it's genuine leather. And you have to break it in order to make it soft. When it first arrived, it was pretty rough and hard. The main reason why we are using this instead of the Peak Design the anchors is because the original not eyelet, but then the camera strap holder, the triangular one, it's really annoying. It's loud, it swings and it hits the camera. The really, really important or annoying part of this, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, this is where you plug in your microphone on the XS20. The original triangular thing actually keeps rubbing onto this piece right here, and I'm sure if you are wearing a strap, it will one day eventually break this cover and or scratch it up. So this strap right here is really good. Here we have another piece of genuine leather that is gonna protect the ring from scratching or rubbing against your camera. So now, even when this piece is rubbing on to the cover or your camera, it's not going to scratch it or damage it. So that's the main reason why we like this. And we are not planning to take this strap off like all the time, so we don't really need the Peak Design anchors. So this is really cool. And it's actually pretty soft, to be honest with you. This part is pretty comfortable wearing the camera onto your neck by using this strap. One thing is, you might be wondering why we are not using a wrist strap. Instead, we are using a neck strap for the Fujifilm XS20. The reason is because I want to be able to control my camera with one hand while I'm out and taking photos or videos, because sometimes in Vancouver it rains a lot and I'll be having one hand holding on to the umbrella and then the other hand taking photos. So In order to reach all my settings and buttons on the right-hand side, sometimes I can't really do it with the wrist strap because it's gonna be really dangerous. It's basically like I'm barely holding onto the camera. But with the wrist strap, I'm basically dangling the camera on my neck, and then I can select different options with my right hand at least, like most of the functions. I can't reach the left side, of course. So that's why we're using a neck strap this time. And if you want to use the neck strap like a wrist strap, it's pretty easy actually. So you just need to extend the neck strap all the way and try to rotate your wrist to wrap the wrist strap around your wrist or your arm, and now you have a wrist strap. It's just a little bit longer, but this is still really comfortable. And if anything, it's gonna be secure. Like your camera is gonna be securely attached. Still, it's like if someone is trying to like take the camera away from you, it's still attached to the strap and your arm. So this is how we're gonna use it if we want to have a lower angle photo or whatever reason why like we have to use a wrist strap. We'll just strap the camera like this onto our arm. The last accessory we have on the XS20 is actually pretty normal and simple. It's the screen protector. We always protect our screen, the screen of our camera, because we don't want this part to be damaged or scratched up. It doesn't look good, especially it really affects the resale value of your camera. We have this screen protector. It's a tempered glass protector, perfectly fit onto the screen, so I don't think you can really see the screen protector. But this is just a normal tempered glass screen protector. You can order it on Amazon. But one thing actually I want to talk about on the XS20 is the screen of the XS20, which is kind of weird. I don't know how to show you. I'll show you like the firmware page so you can see a white background. I don't know if you can see it. It has a black frame that is a little bit thicker on the right side. Every other sides are kind of even, but for whatever reason, the right side of the screen is thicker. So every time when I am composing, I thought there's something blocking the screen, or I thought that like the screen actually goes a little bit wider than it should. So I don't know. It's just a weird complaint I have about the XS20. So this screen protector covers the whole screen, but you can see that the frame of the XS20 is kind of weird. That's it. Those are the accessories that we are using on the XS20, and we love every single one of them. Let us know in the comment section below what kind of accessories you use for your Fujifilm camera or whatever camera you have, and we would love to take a look at them as well. And if we are going to use or have new accessories for our cameras, we're going to update it with a video in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.